So I'm going to do the birthdays first this week because I upgraded my machine to Windows 10 and it wasn't quite as uneventful as I thought it would be. Therefore, I wasn't able to upload my blog for last week. So this is a bumper blog, which means if I do the birthdays first, I can wish belated birthdays to those people that didn't manage to get a video delivered to them in time. So here we go then. We've got belated birthday wishes first for Emma Strickland, Tom Claxton, Hamish Coventry, Lee Ibbotson and Shirley Goldsborough, all of which should have received their video last week but didn't. We also have some that are going to be lucky enough, hopefully, if this is managed to be uploaded, to actually get their birthday greetings before their birthday. They include Jens Pulver, I think I've missed that one, but I could be wrong, Dan Elliott, Joey Beltran, Mark Fiore, Gareth Evans and Rob Hutchinson. So hopefully I'm up to date, but I wouldn't like to promise. So apologies to those whose birthdays I missed, and congratulations to those who I have managed to reach in time. Welcome to my weekly video blog for today, and as you can see, it is my annual dressing up of Markenfield, which can mean only one thing, and that is that the season of Advent has already begun. I think it's important to make a distinction between Advent and Christmas, because I've heard a lot of people say, oh, you know, it's Christmas now, basically. And that's not true, at least not liturgically speaking. And you know, that's what matters, because at the end of the day, this is not a secular feast. It is a religious observation. So what the church says on this is right, rather than, you know, what your local supermarket might say. Strictly speaking then, Advent is 4 Sundays worth of time before Christmas. Therefore, your Advent calendars, which are basically a 25-day countdown, they start at the 1st of December, are not correct either. Basically, you've been diddled out of some chocolate, mostly, because it's rare that Advent starts in December. It usually starts well before, sometimes a week before. Sorry, I've got myself caught here. Sometimes nearly a week before your Advent calendars begin. So consider the fact that you are being diddled out of some chocolate. And the reason that they have standardised it like that is obvious. Because it changes each year, it would be far too hard to make Advent calendars that sort of display, I suppose, the truth about Advent in its length from a manufacturing point of view, because every year they'd have to bring out a different, you know, design with the different number of days. So it's not hard to understand, therefore, how, quite honestly, Advent has been completely overlooked. To most people, I dare say, Advent doesn't exist at all. So let me tell you just what this season is that we're in. According to Christians, the season of Christmas does not begin until Christmas Day. Therefore, all through the rush of getting your Christmas presents and writing your Christmas cards, you're actually in a completely different liturgical season. You're in Advent, and Advent is a time of preparation. Now, understandably, you are probably spending Advent preparing for Christmas anyway, because it is such a major sort of consumer feast these days that, you know, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time to go and buy all your gifts, etc, etc. So I suppose in that respect, you know, at least it is a season of preparation for everybody. But Advent really is supposed to be a season of spiritual preparation, and it's preparation for something that is not altogether Christian. In fact, it's Jewish, because all the predictions about what happened at Christmas don't come from the Christian tradition at all. They come from the prophets, and the prophets are not Christian. The prophets are Jewish. So, sorry if I'm rambling, I am actually trying to concentrate on making this waterfall. It's quite hard because I've somehow managed to get everything tangled in the thing down there. Yes, so they are not Christian, they are Jewish. This really goes to show just how close Christianity and Judaism are. In effect, Christianity is really Messianic Judaism, and it's the prediction of the incarnation of the Logos, so to speak. Logos is Greek for word, the word, which is what the Hebrews, I suppose, the Jewish people, thought, or at least some of them, thought was going to happen. Now, there's an issue. The issue is that when you're examining the prophets and their prophecies, they talk about the coming of a Messiah, and they are unable to distinguish between two different events. The first event is the coming of Christ the first time, his incarnation, and they tend to speak about his first coming and his second coming as if they are one event, and that is the mistake that the Jews made at the time, and the Jews still do now, in terms of their belief. You see, when they study the Hebrew scriptures, what they are looking for is the coming of the Messiah, and he's coming in a very specific way. He's coming as a king, as a political leader, as a liberator, as somebody who will save them all from tyranny, from everything. And unfortunately, when Christ came the first time, hello, what have I done there? Dear, oh dear. When he came the first time, he was not exactly what they expected, and because of that, they don't recognise him. They are still waiting for their Messiah, or rather they are still waiting for prophecies about the coming Messiah. What they have failed to understand is he was due to come twice, and the first time he's already been and they've missed it. In fact, it's slightly worse than that, because they did rather kill him the first time, And it's all because they have misinterpreted their own scriptures, or rather they haven't misinterpreted, they have missed out the fact that Christ has to come twice, not once. They only think he comes once, and they think he comes in a very specific manner. And I'm not going to poo-poo that, because we all know that he is going to come like that, you know. But he has already been, and once, and they've missed that. And I guess that's what Advent is about. It's about thinking about the first coming and how we have had a revelation sort of revealed to us as non-Jews that they haven't quite got the hang of, if that makes sense. I suppose if it's ever a time to think about Judaism, it's one of those times. And I suppose, and that's all I've got to say really, because I am aware that I'm probably making even littler sense than I do usually when I speak about theology, because I'm trying very hard to get this waterfall of lights working and well maintained, which is not as easy as you may think it is, I have to admit. So, as I am very, very close now, I suppose, to finishing with this particular part, I shall say cheerio, and I will wish everybody a happy Advent. I will not wish everybody a happy Christmas, because we are not yet anywhere near Christmas, and I'd rather like you, my viewers, to recognise that this year and to give it some serious consideration, because I think it matters. And I think that, you know, just as the Jews missed out, if we do not recognise certain things, you know, because we're too focused on other things that are linked, then we may miss important stuff and end up like them, I suppose.